Hi everyone, I'm John Guitarte, and I want to welcome you to an episode of Scaling Breakthrough, how businesses and offshore talents win together. We'll even show you how AI is involved. We know you're aware that affordable offshore talent exists, but in this series, we show you exactly how it works. How small to medium businesses are actually integrating these highly talented but affordable offshore staff side by side with their local employees across marketing, sales, operations, HR, finance, customer service, executive admins, and more. It's a win-win. Here at Outsource Access in the Philippines, we grew to 500 employees in 5 years, serving businesses to 75 industries, from startups to large operations. So we're excited to share what we've learned. Based in Atlanta, FiveTraks is a strategic advisory firm helping outdoor service businesses grow, plan for the future, or prepare for sale. They combine long-term investment with hands-on consulting, offering expert advice, practical support, and a commitment to lasting partnerships. Currently, they have 3 virtual assistants from us: Christine, John, and Reah.
Hey everybody, Brad Stevens here, founder and CEO of Outsource Access, on another episode of On the Road, and actually local here in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, with Randall and Zach here of FiveTraks and Yardsy. We kind of heard 2 different brands that we're operating and supporting them in. Started working with them a couple of years ago with some of our staff from Outsource Access. It's been a crazy journey and actually led to us having like a 2-hour whiteboard strategy session local over some pizza. It's been a lot of fun kind of hearing their journey and what's inspired them to kind of take the next path. So you guys have been with us for 2 years. And so what was the first role that you guys started with for us?
We started with routing. Was one of our biggest challenges. We had branch managers were doing a lot of routing with our trucks, and we actually went from 3 people down to 1.
Was able to kind of take on that. I think Aivan, his name is kind of our staff with him at Outsource Access that helps now coordinate routing for all their locations. And over the last 2 years, they've gone from 1 to 6 locations in 3 states in the 2-year time frame. Being able to support them with the routing side of things, and then Christina from our team is actually helping on customer experience. Speak to that.
Yeah, so Christine came on. She's been doing customer experience for us, also a little bit of sales as well. So she's helped us completely update and utilize our CRM tool, HubSpot, with about 4,000 different clients, and really been a huge impact over the last 12 months, especially. She's done over 100,000 in sales this year alone. So massive improvement to our company just in the last little bit here. So it's been fantastic to have her come on board. And then also Reah came in, I believe it was about 6-8 months ago. And she's been helping us out with our accounting across all of our different companies with FiveTraks, not just Yardsy. So she does a lot of different transaction information, got our QuickBooks up to speed, helps us out with payroll, a lot of other things. So it's been fantastic working with the team.
I appreciate the share. And it's been fun to hear this journey, all the clients. I mean, we grew to 500 people in 4.5 years at Outsource Access, found ourselves in 80 different industries. It was kind of crazy. And we do a lot in the home and commercial services space that has a lot of logistics, a lot of routing components to it, a lot of moving parts. And it's been cool. You mentioned they talked about 2 different brands, and FiveTraks is kind of the brand. They're looking to acquire and operationalize additional turf care operations out there. Smaller businesses that are kind of under the radar in the traditional PE that are looking to, sell. And so they can kind of plug them into now this system that they've kind of created to be able to scale and grow them pretty effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably one of the best surprises I had is when your team came on board, we gave them 1 customer or 1 brand. Now we have 6 different companies that they actually work across helping us. So accounting, Reah does all of our books for 6 different companies, and she started with 1. So not only was it a little bit complex and overwhelming, but they dial in. They're with us on every one of our company monthly meetings. We have them on there, and we always ask them a joke or tell us something personal. So we really have built a culture that's maybe remote, maybe some distance between us, but it does feel like one family.
Just a fun case study seeing inside of, business inside the U.S. and how, we're not really, replacing, we're kind of integrating side by side with their team to help them scale and grow and really pursue a whole growth strategy of acquisition that, led to us kind of having a 2-hour brainstorm today that maybe wouldn't even considered, hadn't kind of known that this path was possible from a staffing standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done a 180. To be honest, when we first started with, we were thinking about cutting costs, but wasn't thinking about, how they can grow as a team. But the reality is this turned into more of a strategic value add position for us, bring a lot of new ideas, cutting edge, and I'm pretty excited about where we're going.
I appreciate it. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you. Look forward to the journey ahead. And I think as Randall shared, we're not really a staffing operation. At the end of the day, we try to position ourselves at Outsource Access as a growth partner that's there to help our clients figure out how they're scaling and growing. We happen to be in the staffing side of things. But as we're growing and work is becoming much more fluid globally, it's less about affordable and offshore. It's just about talent. And, that happens to be an additional benefit that's more cost effective, but it's bringing great talent that's hungry. They're there to learn, they'll learn to grow and be a part of the journey with our clients.
Something else that we've seen over the last little bit is from Christine, Reah, and Aivan. We've had individual times where they've sent an email, they've had a phone call, been a part of a meeting, and it's positively impacted our culture. So they've said something uplifting to another team member. They kind of dealt with a difficult situation, whether it be a customer, internal, external, whatever that is, and kind of made that situation take it down a notch. It's not quite as it's not always the end of the world, but they've been able to make it to where everybody comes out of that with a much more positive feeling. So it's positively impacted our culture. And we definitely think of our team members from Outsource Access as part of FiveTraks and Yardsy and everything else. So it's been awesome. And that's been one of the coolest things over the last quarter that we've really seen take off a lot is really that leadership of culture that we've seen from our team members. So awesome. Love it.
That's an interesting byproduct, right? And some I didn't expect when we started the company, but a lot of the companies we work with in the U.S., their employees, they've never, some of them haven't been to some of these countries, they've never, been exposed to someone from the Philippines or kind of otherwise. And so it provides this interesting insight that they get into a whole nother world, a whole nother culture, and a connection and appreciation for honestly some of the things that they have here in the U.S. relative to some of the other countries that are out there. But it can be an interesting, uplift internally, to the culture because of getting exposure to that and connection. And at the end of the day, too, they're getting to focus on what they want to do and wake up every day. Their feet hit the ground doing what they love doing. And, our staff can focus on what they are great at and what they love doing. And so it kind of ends up being a win-win for everybody, in the journey. And documenting all the processes along the way. Last thing to mention is the playbooks and systems from day one is documenting everything. Sometimes we got, 200-300 page playbooks with clients that, Brad, we love our staff with you, but man, the fact y'all document everything is a huge value as well. So that's part of with companies that are growing, expanding like you guys to create sustainability is to document everything so it can be referenced. If we ever do need to replace staff or someone, parts ways, or we need to add additional staff, we've got all the training and documentation done there, kind of along the way. So the account managers are there to provide strategic advisory, playbook, and documentation. So it's surrounding you with a support team, not just a staff person. Again, back to the point of trying to be a growth partner in our mission here at OA. So, well, thanks guys for the opportunity. We're at the headquarters here, all from a working from home environment. Most of it get a chance to benefit with all their whole team kind of being virtual. So it's fun here to come chat with you guys and do a brainstorming session, and look forward to seeing the journey ahead as we continue to help, redefine how you guys scale. That's kind of our tagline, and continue to see it kind of work out and play out. Thanks guys.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Want to learn more about us? OutsourceAccess.com. You'll learn all about what we do. There's tons of videos and content. Can see behind the scenes and can book a call one of our team members and do a constraints assessment, figure out where your challenges are, and we can figure out where and how we can apply and be a support in your business. So OutsourceAccess.com. Go check us out. Take care, everybody.
Outsourcing helped them grow fast. FiveTraks and Yardsy use virtual team members to handle tasks like routing, customer service, sales, and accounting, helping them grow from 1 to 6 locations in just 2 years. Remote team feels like family. Even though the team is remote, they're fully involved, joining meetings and becoming part of the company culture, not just outside help. Built to buy and grow businesses. FiveTraks is creating a strong system to buy and grow small turf care companies, using their team and tools to make each new business better. So, if you are a small to medium business and want a scaling breakthrough with incredibly affordable, talented staff here in the Philippines, then visit OutsourceAccess.com, and you can see more videos behind the scenes, Learn more about your business and see if we can be of help or point you in the right direction. Don't forget to book a call for a free discovery session. And make sure to use and mention the promo code BREAKTHROUGH when you have the call to get a special discount. Compliments on me. This is John Guitarte, and this is Outsource Access.